Welcome to your favorite Tennessee Titans podcast, Tennessee Titans Weekly. Jacques,
Hulk,
Jacques,
Hulk.
tighten up, ladies and gentlemen. Indianapolis, talk to me. Naptown, talk to me.
Yep.
We're here, folks. We're 8-3, and everything we mentioned on our preview show, even on a podcast that we were on, Bring the Juice podcast. Check out the podcast. It's a dope podcast for the Colts.
Mm-hmm.
Everything we said as to how we can win this game and things that could happen, happened.
Right.
Awesome job to the Tennessee Titans. We're 8-3, ladies and gentlemen. I don't care how you cut the cake.
8-3. We haven't been 8-3 since 2008.
Something like that. Yes, that is correct.
I think since we got this is the largest win we've ever had over the Colts. I think ever. I've read something to that extent as well. This is a crazy win. Now, we had some Colts fans in our comment section, and sometimes it doesn't get posted, but they were real nasty, real out of pocket. And I have no issue with you saying what you got to say. The only thing Titans Nation wants you to do, Colts fans, is apologize.
Apologize.
Apologize, okay? Apologize. Just say, hey, we sorry.
Facts, no paper.
We're sorry. We apologize. And my thing is, Colts fans, hold your L. Stand 10 toes down. Okay. Yep. We took our L on the chin. We took our L. We said, hey, we're gonna see y'all again. Let's do what we gotta do.
Yep, that's exactly what we said.
Unfortunately, you have people that don't know how to take a L, right? And Hawk, when you can talk about some excuses, go ahead, talk about them excuses.
Yeah, so in the world of Twitter, right, no bots included in this. You know, a lot of Colts fans were saying, oh, because of the injuries as to why they lost, right? Because of DeForest Buckner and those guys being out as to why they lost. Now, we spoke upon the importance of DeForest Buckner. We understand that. We do. But, bruh, 44-26, bro? You think he makes that big of a difference? I think not. And then you look at injuries. Okay, so if injuries was the reason, it would only be true if we didn't have injuries. If we had a full team and you had a bunch of injuries, I'd be like, man, the Colts fans do have a point. Okay, so let's go down the list. Taylor Lewan, our best offensive tackle, one of the best left tackle, not just tackle, left tackle, out for the season.
Facts.
Our inside linebacker, best inside linebacker we've had playing this year, Jayon Brown, possibly the best defender we've had this year, out for the season. Facts. Oh, then you look at Taylor Lewan. Oh, that's right. We bring in Ty Sambrello as a backup. He's out for the season. We're down to our third left tackle, right? Adam Humphries, out, right?
Facts.
Jadeveon Clowney, out. Oh, Vic Beasley, cut, right? Do I need to keep going? Kenny Vaccaro's been out. Oh, forgot about O'Dory Jackson. O'Dory Jackson hasn't played not one game this season. Do I need Roger Sappho? Christian Fulton, out. Sappho, he played today, but had been out. We have been dealing with injuries all year. Even right now, we just named 2 to 3 of our best players that are out right now for the season. So we have injuries as well, too. So it isn't because you lost because of injuries. As we mentioned in our preview show, the Tennessee Titans lost 2 weeks ago to the Colts because of special teams, right? If we fix that issue and we, of course, catch the football, we could beat the Colts. I felt it was a pretty good matchup, where I felt we matched up pretty well with them. Wasn't anything special that they did. We made a lot of blunders. Did we make those blunders today?
Nope.
How did Brett Kern look out there, ladies and gentlemen?
Good.
Punting the ball down to their 6-yard line consistently, right? Oh, that's right. Stephen Gostkowski made his field goal, right? Oh, forgot about A.J. Brown with his kickoff return, right? If they try to squib kick it, he takes it, go special teams, right? So I just named off 10 points just like that, right? So those are big reasons there, man. So, one last thing, Jacques. So I went into my garage, okay? It's a little cold now. I'm not in the yard much, man. Every man has yard shoes, right? I forgot I had a pair of these, dude. A pair of these these Indianapolis Colts for the shoe, 100s, right? For the shoe, right? For the shoe, the Colts. This is what we say for the shoe for, right? For the shoe. Talk to me later about that, folks.
And you know what's crazy, Hawk, too? Our prediction show, it's almost right onto the T. But I think I would rather have won this one than lost the other one, because this one just feels so just great. And I wasn't expecting us to beat the Colts like we did.
Yep.
We dominated.
We did.
The last time we've dominated like a Colts team, I can never remember. This was a dominating victory. Like, it was one of those victories where it was bittersweet, because you're like, hey, all those times we took it on the chin, and this time we get to distribute it. But this time when we take it on the we took it on the chin. We get to pitch you on the chin. We got like the Mike Tyson Roy Jones fight last night, right?
Yep.
Body shots. You're just waiting on Mike Tyson to hit you with that one power blow, right?
Yep.
Well, today the Titans hit them with that one power blow that caved their nose in.
Right.
Or, pun intended, the horseshoe in, right?
Yep.
So, hey, I mean, I'm proud of these boys, man. I'm proud of them, and big ups to them, and tighten up. So, Hawk.
Yes, sir.
Give us some reasons of why we won, man. Why did we win this game? How did we win this game?
Man, a multitude of reasons, man. As we mentioned in the preview show, if the Tennessee Titans don't make monumental mistakes, we can win this football game. Mm-hmm. Unlike the first time we played them, which we made mistakes all in the second half. We didn't even get it because, again, Derrick Henry still had a great game the first game. We were right now in this particular game, we didn't make any mistakes, okay? Turnovers, no turnovers, right? When you look at overall the way that we played, we caused some turnovers. We could have had a pick six. It could have been worse, right? With Breon Borders with the drop pick six, was clear an interception that could have went to the end zone. But when you watch the game, as far as how we played, as we've been saying all season, the Tennessee Titans could be the most balanced football team in the league on offense. Okay, I'm not worried about our offense. Look at Ryan Tannehill, 220 yards passing and a touchdown. Derrick Henry, 20 against the number 2 defense in the league, as we keep getting reminded. Even, it was advised that, we stopped Derrick Henry, bruh. Derrick Henry had 27 carries, 178 yards rushing, almost a 7-yard per carry, and 3 touchdowns. Are you kidding me? A.J. Brown, 4 catches, 98 yards. I mean, Corey Davis even had 70 yards receiving. You talk about balance, bro. As we mentioned about, if you're on a seesaw, this person's 100 pounds, that person's 100 pounds, that's what it's going to look like. That's what we did all game. We didn't make any mistakes. We kept it balanced. As well, I give Arthur Smith, I give the offensive line a lot of credit. Play calling was phenomenal, right? All the plays that we were making worked. And our offensive line, despite the fact that we have a lot of makeshift guys playing against a top defense, they did their job. Great job to our left tackle, Quisenberry, who's a backup, out there balling. Sappho, Jones, these guys are doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? Dennis Kelly, they're balling. They're doing a heck of a job this season. And they did the same exact thing against the Colts. Yes, DeForest Buckner didn't play. I get that. Not to say it would have been a dramatic change, but I don't think that big of a gap of scoring, it would have made that much of a difference. It wouldn't have. You know what I'm saying? We still would have won this game. Awesome job to our offense and keeping it balanced, man. What about for you, sir?
So, I mean, exactly like you said, balance. I mean, people got to realize that the Titans are stacked, okay? We have a stacked team, and I think we don't realize and give ourselves enough credit as Titans fans. We don't realize how much talent we have. We can, literally, Taylor Lewan's out. Then we lose our other left tackle, right? Sambrello.
Yep.
Quisenberry, you think is going to struggle, right? But it goes back to that continuity. It's 2 positions in football that you have to have communication. And we're going to default the quarterback by default. We know that's the quarterback. There's 2 position groups that you have to have communication, continuity with. That's the offensive line, and that's the secondary. Okay?
Facts, no paper.
Okay? With the offensive line, these guys have been playing with each other about almost 4 years together now. Some 2, some 3, but you have continuity. There's nobody new. Titans fans are trying to figure out why Isaiah Wilson hasn't been thrown in the mix. It's because he doesn't have continuity, right? We know he's not that good. We get it. But do you want to mess up a chemistry that you have on your offensive line to throw him in there? No. Quisenberry didn't miss a step. He didn't miss a beat, okay? Nope. Didn't miss a beat at all. A.J. Brown, Corey Davis making those contested catches, right?
Yes.
Corey Davis had a huge catch.
Huge.
That was huge. It was a crazy catch. One of those contested catches, you'd be like, wow, Corey.
Yep.
You do catch the ball. And it got us in position where we got to get points before the half.
Exactly.
Come on now. You can't script it up even more, right? Talk about the offensive. We talk about the offense. We knew coming in this game that we would have to be balanced. I'm not just proud of the offense. I'm not just proud of the offensive line, but I'm proud of the defense as well.
Absolutely.
How the defense has been stepping up these past 2 weeks has been monumental, has been where we should be at this point in time. Me and Hawk called it. We said, if this team is able to get balanced, this is going to be a dangerous team.
Yep.
Well, today what I seen was, and I got a little nervous after they scored the 14 points. We got our 14 points. I said, okay, here we go. We can't stop them on 3 and out. I'm like, it's going to be one of them games. My pops was like, my pops even said, he said, hey, he said, son, he said, man, if we don't get a stop here, man, they're going to run up the score. I'm like, man, Pops, I know. But I said, the defense looks a little bit different, right? So when I'm looking at the defense this time, we were getting pressure on Phillip. And people in the Colts Nation about, well, his toe hurt. I'm like, okay, and his toe hurts. Excuses? Okay, whatever. Okay.
For the shoe.
For the shoe. Something that was different that we haven't had all season long was getting pressure. We're able to get pressure on the quarterback. Now, we know when you can get pressure on Phillip Rivers, you can throw him off his game, right?
Yep.
Me and Hawk were calling it the whole time. We said, he's going to throw an interception. He's going to throw an interception.
Yep.
He's going to throw an interception. He almost threw about 3 or 4 interceptions.
Right.
If I would have counted it correctly, it was about 4. The Titans could have had 4 turnovers if they really wanted to, right? Defensively, we didn't bend. We didn't break. Literally. I mean, players were staying in their assignments. People were flying to the ball. Vaccaro was playing like a wild man. A hooker, of course, we know what he was able to do. I mean, the tight ends killed us. They made adjustments when adjustments needed. That was one of the reasons why we won the game. We knew the offense can take care of business. I had confidence in the offense. I already knew the offense is going to eventually pick it up again. But could our defense pick it up? And our defense did pick it up. We got a sack, y'all. We got a sack.
Wow.
Big Jeff got a sack, okay? Harold Landry, I think, got a sack as well. He got a sack too, right? Got 2 sacks, guys, and a turnover. Come on now. You see what I'm saying? We almost had another turnover off of Butler. That rule is stupid, by the way. That's a stupid rule that they need to reevaluate in the offseason.
Yep.
But the defense stepped up in a huge way. We've criticized the defense, and we can also reward and praise the defense when it's time to praise them. And to me, I knew the offense was going to show out.
Yep.
It was right when we got out the gate, I said, okay, they rolling. Can the defense keep the same energy? The defense was playing with this energy where they were able to smack you in the mouth and hit you and do what you got to do. So for me, not just the offense, but big ups to the defense is really, really why we also won this game. We know our offense can put up points, but our defense got to stop somebody.
That's correct. That's right. That's right. That's right. So looking at this game, Shop, there were crucial plays that were made throughout, right? Offense, defense, you name it. What do you think was some of the crucial plays that were made by the Tennessee Titans for us to win this football game? For the shoe.
Well, I'm going to name 2. And one's on offense, one's on defense. Crucial play on offense was we were going in the half. I think we were up 21-14, I believe. I think it was about a minute to go in the second half. Correct me if I'm wrong, Hawk. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, we needed a play. Corey Davis literally comes out of nowhere. I thought he dropped the ball. The slide and catch, got his hands under the ball. Think about it. Going on 21-14 in the half, it's cool. But you already know that you always had that feeling the threat is there where the Colts can come back, score some points. Yep. But I feel more comfortable going in the half 28-14, right? If it wasn't for that catch, probably be 21-14 or 24-14. But 28-14 feels better, right?
Yes.
If it wasn't for that catch, that was huge. That was a humongous catch by Corey. And then on defense, the Borders interception. And we'll get to him later. Yep. But the Borders interception was crucial. We needed a turnover. We needed a play on defense to get the defense going. Borders. Boom. What about you?
So the game was very close early, right? Both teams kind of going back and forth scoring or whatever. But I think the play that took the air out of the sails of the Colts was the A.J. Brown touchdown, okay? Mm-hmm. As we've mentioned, there isn't many receivers that I've ever seen, and I'm not just saying this because we're Titan fans. I'm not trying to be biased here. But how many receivers, ladies and gentlemen, have you seen a guy to catch a slant break 3 tackles and score a touchdown, right? Most guys are like Randy Moss, do it pure speed, catch the ball and phew, they're gone, right? AJ Brown catches the ball, knocks 3 or 4 people down, and scores touchdowns. That's just what he does. And once again, he did it again today. That was a 69-yard touchdown, ladies and gentlemen. 69 yards on a slant. How many times has he done this? And every time the teams think they have us bottled up, right, on defense, right, and they kind of have the corners just always ready to try to tackle Derrick Henry. That always leaves that middle open. And A.J. Brown, when he catches the ball in space, he's not getting tackled, ladies and gentlemen. He's turning that thing up and scoring a touchdown. So I thought that was the biggest play of the game, was the A.J. Brown play. I really do, man, seriously. And defensively, there was so many plays that were being made. Like you said, sacks. I felt that Tart play was a tough play. Jeffrey Simmons was owning Quentin Nelson. Quentin Nelson's the best interior lineman in the league, arguably. But when he plays against Jeffrey Simmons, I'm sure he's like, man, I got to play this guy again twice in 3 weeks. Right. Jeffrey Simmons is bringing the energy on every play. But as crazy as this might sound, let me tell you my second play of the game, a crucial play, the Stephen Gostkowski field goal, okay? We celebrate anytime we make a field goal like we score a touchdown, okay? Again, we lost the first game to the Colts because of special teams. I'm going to stick to that, okay? But, you know, maybe it's a confidence booster for him. You know, I'm trying to think of how, I think it was it over 50 yards?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, so
I believe it was. Let me check that.
It was 49 yards. 49 yards. Okay. And you know, he seems to, and I'll give credit to I'm trying to think who said this, man. Titans too mentioned this on Twitter, that they felt that they took the penalty on purpose.
I say the same thing.
So Gostkowski could kick a longer field goal. That's some genius stuff, right? So, you know, I thought the field goal changed everything because it kind of put it out of reach for them, for the Colts. They had to score almost 3 touchdowns to get to where we were, right? And they went for extra 2-point conversions, and they failed both. So it really put the game out of reach. So great job to our special teams, again, with the kickoff return, even for A.J. Brown as well. That was a surprise. We were already winning the game, but that ended it. That was the sealer. That was it. That was almost like Jake Paul hitting Nate Robinson last night. It just, boom, knocked them out. Done. Right on the ground. That was it. So those are the plays I felt were the crucial plays.
And that makes them one-dimensional too, also, Hawk, because you think about it. They couldn't run Himes no more. They had to throw the ball.
Right. Yep. That's right, sir. That's right. They had, like you said earlier, we made the adjustments, and we called that in the preview. We said, we'll make the adjustments on Nyheim Hines and Michael Pittman. And that's exactly what we did.
Exactly what we did.
That's exactly what we did.
Observations from this game, from last game, I seen Borders on Pittman, Butler on T.Y., Borders on Pittman, and then boom, switch it up. So it was nice. So Hawk,
yes.
So we got to have a player of the game. I mean, we so balanced, man. It's hard to pick players of the games now, man.
Yep.
Who's your player of the game?
So I'm right now donning his jersey as we speak. The king, Derrick Henry. If for some reason he's listening to the show, bro, we are proud of you, sir. I'm going to tell you this. I told Jacques this. There was a play where Stallworth, the D tackle that took the place of DeForest Buckner, got stiff-armed. Now, understand what I'm just saying. Derrick Henry stiff-armed for the second 2 weeks out of 3 for the Colts, a defensive lineman. You don't see that, okay? And he was pissed about that. So a play or two later, Stallworth comes back, and while Derrick Henry was running on the side, Stallworth put a good hit on Derrick Henry and even sort of kind of stepped over him a little bit and was talking trash. I saw Derrick Henry getting up, didn't say much. He was just shaking his head. I felt at that moment Derrick Henry got pissed off. I said, uh-oh, he done pissed Derrick Henry off. And I've seen it. Maybe you guys don't see it like I see it. I see games where Derrick Henry gets pissed off when somebody either pushes him or talk to him. He won't say much. He'll be like, all right. That very next run, he had a 12-yard run. And from there, he just kept eating and eating and eating. So Derrick Henry had 178 yards rushing, y'all. That's how spoiled we are as Titan fans when it comes to Derrick Henry. Anybody else has 178 yards, you're like, I cannot believe he just did that. Derrick Henry is already at 5,000 yards for a career. He's already moving up the charts, right? Derrick Henry had almost 7 yards a carry, okay, 6.5 yards a carry. and 3 freaking touchdowns against the vaunted Colts defense. So for me, it's clear. I'm going to put the offensive line in that same mix too because the holes were open. Even Deontay Foreman had 7 yards to carry himself, right? The line, I might give it to the offensive line, but somebody's got to carry the pill and take those hits. And that was Derrick Henry, 27 carries, 178 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns. All hail to the king, Derrick Henry, player of the game for me. What about for you, sir?
I mean, same thing. The king. I wanted Derrick Henry to have a big game. I wanted him to have a big game, literally, because of just how the Colts disrespect. Oh, you just only had 100 yards last night. I'm like, that's fine. Like you said, almost 6.7 yards a carry. At first, the first run, when he first initially they handed it off to him, I said, this is going to be a long day for the Colts defense. In the first half, he had over 100-some yards. I'm like, Colts defense is going to get tired of tackling this joker.
Yes. And
people, the Titans offense let off the gas pedal in the third quarter.
They did. Just trying to run out the clock.
Literally, I mean, they said, well, take your foot off the gas pedal. We ain't going to run Henry. And if we do, just chill, bro. Don't do anything. And the Colts defense was taking those little small victories. It's Henry. I mean, literally, like you said, the Titans have played pissed off in the past 2 weeks. And I told y'all last show, I said, it all started with Henry running over the Ravens last week.
Yep.
We already know once December hits, as they say in Game of Thrones, winter is coming, right? Henry's coming, right? And it's going to take that one game that he's going to have a stretch of games. I feel sorry for the Browns next week because he's just going to continue to do what he do. Now what's happening is we're balanced across the board with A.J. Brown and Tannehill. But just Henry just puts the icing on the cake. And he was ticked off because he wanted more yards. I wanted him to get like 200-plus yards on offense running the ball because I already knew. I said the Colts are this big, good defense on paper, right? That is big defense on paper, okay? But on when you look at it, you look at their defense, and you like, you know what? Individual, DeForest Buckner, Darius Leonard, and maybe Xavier Rose, and is it Archery? Pretty decent, right?
Yep.
But
they're
even
good.
if I would even still have confidence if DeForest Buckner was in the game in this game. I still think he would have went off because of just the energy he had. So for me, it's King Henry, man. King Henry has come in here, and he's starting to pick it up, right? And the league better watch out because he's not stopping. And the Colts found that out today the hard way, right? Yep. They'll say, well, Henry won. I said, no, it's just not just Henry. It's a whole contributing thing.
It is.
Balance.
It is.
But he's just the icing on the cake.
That's true. Because they was ready to tackle Derrick Henry. Even one of the best plays was when Ryan Tannehill, Arthur Smith had him to do the play action on goal line. The whole team just sucking in for Derrick Henry. Ryan Tannehill walked right in. So they let you know the focus they have on him. And he still had almost 200 yards rushing. Unbelievable. 200 yards. Unbelievable, Derrick Henry. Salute to you, sir.
Hey, salute. And he's not getting those big, long runs like he wants to. But I said I'm fine with it. He's chunking you up 15, 12, 15, 10, 10, 15, 12 here. So, the number one defense or number two defense.
And they can't say, the first game we had DeForest Buckner. Derrick Henry still had 100 yards. Just in the second half again. Yards. We was on special teams was the issue. Also, so we didn't get a chance. Exactly, field position. Exactly.
Field position too. I mean, the Colts were starting their own 20.
Yep.
Each possession that they had.
Exactly.
20.
Not today. Not today. Had a long field today. So, yes. Right. So, I hear you speak upon Breon Borders.
Mm-hmm.
Man, this guy's come in balling, bro. So, what are your thoughts on Breon Borders? Like, what are some of the things you feel that he has done so far since he's been starting and playing pretty much day in and day out, man?
So, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think he started with the Chicago game, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm a consistency guy, right? I like to see consistency, okay? Something that Borders has shown me coming from the practice squad is consistency, okay? Consistency, okay? The first game, you're like, okay, who's on the 39? Who's Breon Borders? Like, okay, he's cool. You see what I'm saying? He's cool. He's making plays. You don't hear his name called. And when you don't hear defensive player's name called, especially a defensive back, you're doing your job, okay? We harp on Butler. We know Butler's always in position, but sometimes we call Butler's name because he's like, hey, Butler, you tripping, bro. Get in position. You know what I mean? He's always in his hip. Second game, when we played the Colts, and T.Y. only had, I think he had 1 catch or 0 catches, right?
He had, against Breon Border, I think he had 3 total catches, but against Border,
no, the previous game.
Yeah, the previous game.
Okay,
I think he had like 2. I think like 3 catches, but against Borders, 1 catch when Borders was guarding him. Yes,
he had 1 catch. So when you got somebody like T.Y. Hilton coming out the practice squad, and you are able to be in position, now my antennas has started to perk up. I'm like, okay, hold on. Looking at him, every time I see this young man, his technique. I'm always, I'm real technical with my DBs, right? His hips, how he turns his hips, how his feet is positioned. He's always in that space. If you notice how Jayon Ramsey plays, Jayon Ramsey almost plays like this, right? He plays that with his head. His head is always moving like an owl, right? Breon Border's head is always moving like that. That's okay. His technique is pretty dope, right?
Yep.
Played the Ravens last week. He was making plays. I said, okay, hey, this Breon Border's kid is for real, okay? Now, people, I told Hawk, I said, the only thing Breon Borders needs is like 2 or 3 interceptions, and he'll get a contract with the Titans.
Yep.
He had 1 today. Now, if you look at the interception, people, Pascal punches him a little bit. Breon adjusts his hips, gets his head around. Those plays, those drills that you see in the combine, perfect.
Yes.
Boom, interception. He almost had another one that it was going to take to the house. So this is one of the most well-kept diamond in the roughs secrets that we have in the NFL and with the Titans. I heard the commentators kind of talking about him too. They like, Breon Borders is out here balling. Like, really, he's out here balling. And sometimes you're in the best situation, the best scheme.
Yes.
But the thing is, he's doing it without a defensive coordinator. 1, 2, he's being put on the number 1 or number 2 receiver, right? Like Pittman or anything like that. So when he got put on Pittman wasn't balling like he was the first half, right? Or the first game we had.
Yep.
You get those inside routes. He wasn't getting those. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
Border knows how to use his sideline. He knows how to use his body. Now, the touchdown that T.Y. did catch, he caught his feet. You know, Hawk, you know this. As a corner, when you got your feet and you do that little jump, you out of position. You've already lost from right there, right?
Yep.
T.Y. goes up. But he almost made it up by getting another interception off Brissett. So, For me, Breon is playing – he's utilizing his time wisely. He's utilizing his opportunity, and he's making a hard case for this DB room because it's becoming a little bit too crowded once you introduce him and you got Chris Jackson coming back and Christian Fulton. How do you handle that? You got Breon Borders, the hot hand. Christian comes back, then what?
Yep.
What about you, Hawk? What do you think of the young man?
So with Breon Borders, you have players like Jeff Swain that made some big catches today. David Long making superior plays out there. Tart, out there playing ball. Derek Roberson, even on special teams, did great. Quisenberry doing an awesome job at left tackle. Even Kalu out there playing safety, right? But of all those guys, Breon Borders is playing the best as far as either undrafted or late drafted players that have come out of nowhere. So in life, man, sometimes think about this. Borders has been in the league for 3 years. Secondly, he's smart. He went to Duke, okay? Mm-hmm. He's a Duke graduate, okay? So he played with the Raiders, the Bills, the Texans, the Jags, the football team, the Steelers, the Miami Dolphins. That's damn near half of the league, right? Yeah, so right. He has probably has taken bits and pieces from every team and every situation, which has made him more of a complete ball player. Mm-hmm. Some people don't even get this opportunity or that many opportunities, right? So apparently for him to still be in the league, other teams must think he's pretty good as well, too, at some point, right? For him to keep getting swapped around. So he's probably learned so much where now he's more seasoned. Mm-hmm. He understands. He was looking for the opportunity. So just in life, man, for anybody, man, when that opportunity comes, be ready for it. Because when that's there for you and you're ready, man, you make the best out of it. And that could be where you are, wherever it is that you might be, right? That's what he's done. I give him a lot of credit for coming in a situation, a very difficult situation because our defense was struggling before he got there. He has completely changed that side of the field throwing the ball. Times Phillip Rivers wasn't even looking his way.
Right.
Yes, he had a touchdown scored on him, but man, you're in the NFL. Do I expect anyone not to get a touchdown scored on them? No.
Deion got a touchdown scored on.
Exactly. So we have to as well sometimes stop the unrealistic expectations. You know, to say even like, you know, coach is not doing a good. They're not going to always call the right plays on offense or defense. Not always, but man, about 80 to 90% of the time, if you're doing a good job, you're doing a great job. Right? Even at your job, can you say every single day you're performing at max level? No. But if you're doing it the majority of the time, the month or whatever, man, hey, awesome work. And that's what Breon Borders is doing. So I'm very proud of how Breon Borders is playing coverage. He's playing smart. He's playing discipline. He's playing within himself. He's not losing his cool like Xavier Rhodes was doing with A.J. Brown, right? Even when he got beat, he still kept his head about him. He was good, man. So very proud of Breon Borders, man.
Like
so
yeah,
man.
Big ups. Big ups to the personnel changes we've done too, man. Like the energy level is different. Just things are kind of different on defense that I'm liking. And I like Tart. Who is Tart? Can somebody tell me who Tart is?
Yep.
I'll wait. But he's making plays, right?
Yep.
He stopped on I think third down or something. Hey, on a goal line, Tart is balling too. So shout out to these young men that are trying to make a opportunity, make something out of nothing, and they're doing a good job, man.
Really are. It's changed the whole fortune of our team, man. Really has. So, well, ladies and gentlemen, that ends our show. Again, congratulations to the Tennessee Titans, #1 in the AFC South, #3 in the AFC. If the playoffs started today, it would be in Nashville. That's what we're looking for. So for those that, of course, watch our show, you can also follow us on Instagram at Tennessee Titans Weekly. You can go on Twitter as well, where Twitter's very active. You can check us out there at Titans Weekly 24/7. As well, if you want to contact us at Tennessee Titans Weekly at gmail.com as well. We also have merchandise that's being sold as we speak. We've had several things that have been purchased, so we appreciate anyone that's watching the show that has purchased some of our merchandise. The merchandise is awesome, from hoodies to masks to cups, anything from our logo to fax no paper, you name it, it's there. The link is in the bio. It's in this video link as well too. It's on Teespring, teespring.com. You can search TN Titans Weekly. Get anything that you want, man. It's there for you, sir and ma'am. So good stuff.
Also, remember to share, like, and subscribe as well. Turn your notification bells on by the subscribe button. And hey, like I say after the show, tell your auntie, your mama, your cousin, share the video, man. Just share the video. And big up to them boys. And let's get on to Cleveland. Let's get to 9-3. And let's keep playing Titan football, man.
Yes, sir. Tighten up.
Tighten up.
For the shoe. For the shoe. We'll see you later, folks, for the pregame for the Browns. See you later. Tighten up.
Yes, sir.